the most important thing you bring to your storytelling is you. You're bringing your experiences, your aesthetic, your emotions. I've also done little tiny shows that some people still watch, but there were no spaceships and sandworms on that. It is in universe. It is in the current cinematic Denis universe. It is a prequel that takes place 10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides. It's based on some of the latter books, not written by Frank Herbert, but written by Brian Herbert. And yeah, when they announced that this show was coming, I was like, God, I would love to at least get an interview on it. That would be great. And yeah, it's I enjoy watching a certain degree of sci-fi. Like I was a Star Trek kid. Like as a 5-year-old, I started watching the original series and reruns. But Dune, I remember watching the original David Lynch Dune and being like, I don't know what this is, but I'm here for it.
That's what
And
everybody said.
yeah. And so yeah, Dune is more in my wheelhouse of what I would like to work on, except that you wind up feeling really attached to anything you work on because you're spending so much of your time and effort on it. And also, this is what I was telling to students at Manhattan at a workshop. I was like, the most important thing you bring to your storytelling is you. You're bringing your experiences, your aesthetic, your emotions, and your thought processes are coming there, and you're going to combine them with other people's. But it's that push and pull, or it's the like, oh, I have an idea. Oh, I have an idea. Oh, let's do. Oh, and then you start, working on an idea together, and it's going to be better than the sum of its parts. Yeah, Dune Prophecy, Lost in Space, last that was, these are some things I really loved working on. I've learned a lot about working on a big visual effects show. I've learned a lot about world building and working hand in hand with visual effects and trying to figure out how to help us do the right amount of storytelling. And then you run up against sort of walls and surprises to be like, can we do this? We don't have the asset for that, or we didn't scan the person wearing that outfit. Okay, well, what can we do? And then you start working things out together. But yeah, and again, like I've also done little tiny shows that some people have still watched, like Bunheads, Amy Sherman Palladino's ballerina show for ABC Family, and that was a great experience. But there were no spaceships and sandworms on that. But yeah, Dune Prophecy was a lot of fun. I just wanted to be part of the experience. I just wanted to have an opportunity to be like, I got to work on it. And it was a fun thing because I interviewed and they were like, you're in the running, and then they hired 3 other editors that the showrunner had already worked with to do the show. And I was like, well, I tried. And then the schedule was such they're like, if we brought in one editor to do one episode, that would make everything a lot better for everyone. And that they circled back and they're like, would you like to do one of the 6 episodes? And I was like, "Ah, absolutely." And that turned into 1.5 because even then things got crispy enough that I did a co-edit with one of the other editors, Sarah C. Reeves. So I did episode 3 solo and then episode 5 as a co-edit. But if you look at the credits, and I was just doing like a social media push to try to get an Emmy nomination, it was like my assistant editor, Tim Cooper, got additional editor on both episodes. I think all the assistants got additional on all the episodes because it was a lot. It was a lot of film. There was a lot of work to do, and everybody sort of had to do all hands on deck and help a lot.